Okay, so we're going to play the diatonic scales using these patterns here, S1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Okay, so we've got the S2 here, 3, 5, 6 root, which is a C and a G shape. We've got the S3L, which is a 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, which is D, A, and E shape. These are the S1 shapes. The S1C shape is 3, 4, 5. And there's our S3L. Our S4L is going to be a ECGD shape. Okay, it's going to go 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4. Okay, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step. And then the S5L is going to start on the G shape, is going to have aliasing down here, so it's going to kind of be, not exactly the S4L, because here we've got the 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4. It's like the top of an S4L, then a 5, 6, then the bottom of an S4L. So it just starts on the G shape. We've got the same whole step, half, whole step, half. Then we've got whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step. Okay, so that's this S5L. So we kind of want to keep that in view. So we're lucky, and these are the one string shapes there. We should know what they are because we have to show both these on screen. So we're going to look at this. And luckily we've got it written nice and big. So let's look at it. What are we doing here? We're doing the C box. So this is going to be our C diatonic. It's going to be S2L to S3L, warp up the top of that S3L, and then to a C shape, a single string C shape right there, S1C. Okay, that's it. Anywhere you do it, it should be the same. So if you wanted it, where's that root? That root is right here on the second string. So we wanted to do that in A flat, let's say A flat. Terrible A flat. So here's an A flat. Here's an A flat, but it's going to be on the second string on the C shape. So then we could start it here, S2L. Okay, that's the same C shape in A flat. I wanted to take it down, cadence it, but it wasn't the fifth, it was the root. So maybe that had something to do with what the last note that we stopped on. See, we stopped on the fifth, so that's why it would have been nice to go to the fifth there or something. So the fifth of A flat being the E flat, it would be okay like that. But it was an A flat diatonic scale, depending on where you start it. Now, the C-shaped scale box starts on E, so it's set up to start a Phrygian, but you could, you want to be able to play the scale from that point anywhere. That's what the point of this exercise is. Now let's look at the next box over, which is the A box. Okay, so we're going to do all 5 of them. Wow, hey, now or never. Now or never. Here it comes. Here it comes. Now, I'll tell you what we're not going to be looking at. We're not going to be looking at the C box now. So we don't want to get confused. We're not going to be looking at that. Now we're looking at the A box here and some information on it and how we're going to play it here. Okay, so the way it looks, let me just make sure we didn't get rid of something we want. No, we want that 5, 6 there. So again, let's not lose the top of that, the top string of that A shape, or we're in trouble. So this is the easy way to play the A shape. Start with an A shape. Okay, A string shape is just 5, 6. Why? Because when you play your A on an open A, the E becomes the fifth. So that's why we have 5, 6 there on the bottom. And we're just going to play an A shape to an S4L to a 5, 6. Here's your S4L. It's going to be right here. 7 root 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 root 2, 3, 4. Half step whole, whole step half. Pretty much a low Korean scale there. Kind of going up to here a little bit and then on up. Let's play it. So we're going to play it in key of C. Starting from the 5th of C is G. It's going to be warp up. The top of that S4L gets warped up. It gets warped over. Okay, what are we talking about there? We're talking about, I can do it very small over here, like that. The top string of that S4L got warped over. So that's what I actually played. Okay, see, and then this A string is going to sit right on top of there. That shape fitting again. We want that L shape right there, right? A is going to sit on top of it. So here's your 2, 3, 4. If you can see that, and the A shape is going to go on top of it, preserving that L shape on that S3L. So here we go again with the A shape. Okay, now if we want to play that in, I don't know, the key of D, the 5th of D would be A. I can start that on A, that same shape we're going to play. This is the A shape diatonic now. Diatonic. You can rattle these off. It's going to go A, S4L, and A. Whoops. Yeah, I really had a problem getting through that, but remember, what I didn't remember was that the S4L is stacked right on top of itself unless there's a tuning warp. That's not what it is. That was a little cadence because we ended up on the 5th there. Now that would be the A shape in the D, key of D. Remember, A shape starts on the 5th, so it would be a pentatonic scale that starts on the 5th of D. It was likely this: 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3. See that? And that's an accidental. Sorry for the little delay there. I kind of like spaced out. You know, I couldn't see what I wanted to play. I had to play the pattern that was laid out. So that's it. It's A to S4L to A shape again. You can play it anywhere, and that's how to do it by memory. Cursor mode, please. Okay, so we're kind of stuck here. All right, now let's do the G shape. Okay, so what we want to do is reinstate the diagram to where it was. We're going to draw a box around the G shape. Now this is on 2 fretboards now. We want to get all this, right? Sure, we want to get all this stuff. Now that, okay, that does correspond to this bottom, does correspond to this. Okay, so here's our G shape, and let's see what we don't really need. We don't really need the A and the E neighboring information there. So let's go to cursor mode, and let's make sure we're not looking at too much information. See, this is the thing with Cage. It has so much shared information that sometimes I just like to do it in 4ths and 5ths and make a super long keyboard to cover it all instead of putting it all in reality. Okay, so here we go. Here's our G shape. We're not going to get through it until the next segment, so but it's going to be an S5L, simple S5L, starts on that G right for us. It's going to be simple.